Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CarnivorousGrama Speaks. I'm super excited to be here with you guys tonight. I know this is unusual for me to be live on a Tuesday evening, but Saturday just didn't work out for me, and then Sunday didn't work out for me. So here we are on Tuesday night. So we're going to talk about World Carnivore Month tonight. But first of all, it would be amazing if you're watching this either live or on the replay, if you can go ahead and share this video. I would appreciate it if you would like and if you would subscribe to my channel. So welcome back to CarnivorousGrama Speaks. Okay, so I have a few things that I wanted to cover with you guys since it's January and it's World Carnivore Month. I've been thinking a lot about what have I been doing for this month, and it has been quite interesting. So I did do a 3-day fast at the beginning of this month. So from the second, third, fourth, and fifth, I did a 3-day fast, a water fast, which I usually try to do one every year. Last year, I think I did 7 days. I've done up to I think the longest I've ever done is like 20 days of a water fast, but that's quite challenging. So I just kind of stuck with 3 days this year. And then I went into an intermittent fasting protocol. So doing OMAD. So if you guys watch my channel, you know that I have struggled with the weight loss portion of my lifestyle. I feel great. I've had so much health and healing in my body, and I feel absolutely amazing. However, I lost like 20 pounds, and then I kind of stalled out. So I've been carnivore since February 22nd, 2023. It's going to be 2 years in February. I can hardly believe that, but yes, it will be 2 years in February. And I had lost 20 pounds. Over the summer, I did some experimentation. One of the experiments that I did was a stick of butter a day challenge. And you guys, I gained 10 pounds on the stick of butter a day challenge. So for me, I found that butter did not work. That extra butter. I have some issues with butter that I found through the stick of butter a day challenge. The milk solids do not agree with me. They do kind of make my eczema flare up. And so, I can't really do the stick of butter a day. It's too much dairy, I believe, for me. And so I gained 10 pounds, and then I'm like, okay, so how am I going to get these 10 pounds back off? I tried a few things over the next few months and basically was not able to get them off. So I was reminded about Dr. Jason Fung. And Dr. Jason Fung is a kidney nephrologist. He wrote several books, but the one that I was thinking about was called The Complete Guide to Fasting. And it's all about intermittent fasting. So you do intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting, extended fasting, and it talks all about the science behind about fasting. And so back in the day when I was on keto, I used to do fasting a lot. I read that book and I got really inspired to do fasting for a lot of reasons, of course, weight loss being one of the reasons, but getting your body to the state where it has autophagy, which is doing a cellular type of a cleanup. And so I was really fascinated with the idea of doing fasting. So I was just reminded about that and how effective fasting is for like elimination of visceral fat, and helping with the weight loss portion of any kind of a lifestyle. So I decided that for the month of January that I would do OMAD. I would just do OMAD for the full month. I know a lot of people do OMAD every single day. There are a lot of particularly women who do alternate day fasting a lot that I know of, that do alternate day fasting, or they'll do like 42-hour fasts for weight loss. So for me, I know that my metabolism is jacked from years and years of yo-yo dieting. And so I felt like I needed to reduce my overall consumption. And in order to do that, I decided to implement OMAD and I did the extended fast and then the intermittent fasting. So I'm using an app. The app is called Zero. Let me see if I can bring it up and show it to you guys. It's like it looks like this. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but the Zero app lets you track your fasts. It does have a paid version, but you can track your daily fasting every single day for free. So I've been using that app, and I'm not sure. So Michael Nelson, I'm not sure what Vril is. I'm gonna have to look that up. Let me just quickly put that in my um, I'll have to see what that is. I have no idea it is. No, I don't know what that is. Sorry. Anyway, I use the Zero app. I've been tracking my fasting. I've been fasting every day for at least 20 hours. And then some days it's been like 22 hours or 24 hours as well. And so that's been really helping a lot. So I'm going to tell you guys about my results on that fasting to this point. So I weighed in yesterday, my official weigh in, and I have lost like 6 pounds, I think it is, in the month of January, which is really, really good for me. So as I said, I struggle to lose weight. So I lost 6 pounds. I lost 4 inches overall of my body. And then the other thing that I've been doing a lot of in this month has been walking. So I've been doing the 14,400 steps a day challenge. And when I first started it last month, I found that it was so hard to get. Hey, Coach Rose, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you're here. It was really hard to get those 14,400 steps. I was super tired. My body was achy from trying to do that, but now I'm starting to get used to it. So it's like before I go to bed, I want to make sure that I get those 14,400 steps. I've been doing a lot of standing, walking workouts, and choosing different content creators that have walking workouts that I can walk to in order to get portions of my steps. So in the morning, I'll get up, I'll do 5,000 steps in the morning on the treadmill. And then I'll do like a couple of workouts through the day. And then, ultimately end up with about 15,000 steps by the end of the day. So that's been really helping as well. I can say, and if you guys know me, you know that I struggle with sleep. My sleep is trash. I always say my sleep is trash because I struggle with getting the appropriate amount of sleep and the appropriate quality of sleep. We'll talk about the lion diet in a second, Michael. So when I started doing the 14,000 steps a day, I slept like a baby, like getting that 5,000 steps before going to bed. Now, I would think that I would be kind of ramped up and like not able to sleep because I just got all that, 5,000 steps before bed. But when I get those 5,000 steps before going to sleep, it helps me sleep and I sleep better. So the walking challenge has been really good for me. And then the other thing is that I incorporated some weight training. I want to so I have this bad knee, you guys. My right knee is bone on bone, no cartilage left in there, and it's very painful and crunchy like. For Christmas, my husband and I got a weight bench, and it has the leg extension attachment. So I decided that I'm going to try to do some weight training for my legs to try to see if I can strengthen the muscles around that knee in order to support it better so that I don't ultimately end up having to have the knee replacement surgery. I'm not a fan of having surgery unless you absolutely, absolutely have to. And so I'm trying to do everything that I can to make sure that I don't have to have that. I'll say that my mom had a knee replacement, and she has never been the same. Like she still has pain in her knee even after the knee replacement surgery. And even she's supposed to have the other side done, and she's like, I'm not going to have it done because I think it's just not gone well for her. So I'm just thinking that if I can strengthen that knee, if I can strengthen my legs. One thing that I've been doing, I'm super, super excited about, is I've been incorporating some jogging. And I've heard that it's not good for people who have arthritis in the knees to do jogging. But I don't think I'm going to let that stop me from doing the jogging, because I want to do another 5K. I ran a 5K several years back and immediately stopped running directly after that 5K. I cut out all the running right after that. So I'm excited to be able to get back into doing some jogging and maybe do a 5K in the spring. That's something that I'm looking forward to trying to do. And so I'll be looking for a 5K in my area to try to do. So Michael has a question. The force. May the force be with you, Michael Nelson. He's talking about something called vril, the universal life force energy that permeates all matter and space in the universe. The force. May the force be with you. Okay, so what about the lion diet? So lion diet, I'll explain what lion diet is for anybody who may not know or understand what that is. So lion diet is a ruminant meat only diet. So we say ruminant meat, we're talking about cows, goats, sheep, anything that chews cud and has four-chambered stomach. So those animals are able to process grasses and through their four stomachs and make that into delicious meat for us. So that is what it is eating just that. I did try the lion diet last year, Michael, and so I found that I did not feel well on lion diet. I did it for the month of February. I was going to do it for the full month of February. After 2 weeks, I felt so sick on lion diet. And so here's the thing about it. I wasn't sure, is this mental or is this physical? I struggled with being on the lion diet because I do like to have some variety in my food. I enjoy my pork. I enjoy chicken. And so I didn't know if I was actually feeling sick or if I just felt like mentally ill from having to only eat ruminant meats. So I did it for 2 weeks and then I stopped. And I have not tried it again since my last try, which was last year. Now I do eat mostly ruminant meats. I eat mostly beef most of the time, but I also incorporate a variety of different meats with it. So, and I always have like sides and stuff with my meat. So I got meat with 2 sides of meat and that makes me happy. So, yeah, so I'm not sure. I may try a lion diet sometime again in the future, but right now I'm really, really focused on doing this fasting. I was thinking today, like, do I need to try to do a year of OMADs and see how that works for me? I don't know if I want to commit to a year. But, I'm thinking that OMAD is going to be really a game changer for me because it allows you to reduce your overall consumption. But when you eat until satiated and full. There's no calorie restriction involved with it. So I really do like it. And it seems to be working for me. So, of course, I'm just in the first month. So we'll see how it plays out as we go along. So Rose says, congratulations on your success and step count. Keep up with the strength training. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I want to incorporate some additional things, but I'll tell you what, getting 14,000 steps a day takes a long time if you're not like running. It takes me an hour and a half a day to get all those steps in. And it's definitely been worth it though. So Michael, you've been on a lion diet, OMAD, and feel superhuman. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I might try it again at some point because I really wondered if it really was mental or physical. So that's something that I really want to know is like, was I having a physical aversion to it? Because as soon as I ate some pork, I felt better. Like that day, I felt better when I ate pork. So, it could be a mental thing, like, just that feeling deprived, that deprivation. So I might try it again in the future. If I do, I will let you guys know. So I wanted to share you guys the picture of this book because it really is a great book. And right here. So there we go. The Complete Guide to Fasting. Heal Your Body Through Intermittent, Alternate Day, and Extended Fasting by Dr. Jason Fung. So this is a really, really great book. If you want to learn more about fasting, like fasting, either intermittent style fasting, you can fast 12, 16, 18, 20 hours, or you can do some longer fasts. So this book gives you a lot of guidance on how to do fasting and talks a lot about the science and of course about autophagy. So check that book out. And I think I have a link to it in my description box down below. So you guys can check that out. It's a really, really good book. Dr. Jason Fung is the guru. Like back in the day, before all these different voices came out talking about all the different things, like there was Dr. Jason Fung out there like a voice crying in the wilderness saying, we're eating too often. We are eating too often, and that is absolutely true. If we're eating 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, we're causing an insulin spike every time we eat, and it doesn't allow us to let that insulin calm down. All right. So, and then, okay, so I got the 14,400 steps a day. I've got the weight training that I'm doing really just on the bottom half right now. I'm working on my legs and the strength around around that knee to try to keep it from failing on me. And so Rose says it's a terrific book. OMAD is my jam. So Rose, do you do OMADs every day? I'm really considering that because I feel like for now, it feels like OMAD might be the right thing. So let me just tell you guys how I'm doing the OMAD. So right now, during this time frame, I'm actually in a fast with my church. And the church fast is a little different from what I do when I'm on my own fasting, the spiritual fast. So the church fast is from midnight till 3 o'clock the next day. So midnight to 3. And that's amazing, Rose. So I know I can do it because you're doing amazing. So yay, 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 yay. 6 years. That's awesome. So that church fasting is a little bit challenging for me. Like I would not choose to do that in my regular everyday life because midnight to 3 is tough. I mean, and mentally I'm like, I'm what I would call white knuckling this fast every day so far. We started on Saturday, and every day so far, I've been white knuckling my way through. But I will continue to do that because we're doing this for spiritual reasons, and we'll be fasting until the end of the month. So I'm going to continue to do that. But my choice for a fast for my OMAD would be to fast to eat like 11 or 12 o'clock in the morning or early afternoon. And then when you eat in the morning or the early afternoon, it makes it so easy to fast until the next day. That's what I find. So what's your style, Rose? Are you a morning eater or an evening eater? Yeah, it's hard for me to make it through my work day. And, I'm like tired, I'm struggling. I'm white knuckling that fast. So basically, Dr. Jason Fung says, if do not white knuckle a fast. So but we're doing this for different reasons. So yes. Dry fasting. So Simpson wants to know, does Dr. Fung talk about dry fasting? And I do not recall in his book if he talked about dry fasting. Um, and I know that a lot of people are kind of talking up dry fasting right now. And I don't know too much about it. I know that back in the day, we used to do a dry fast with the church. So that midnight to 3 o'clock would be no food, no water. It would be a dry fast. I know that people who celebrate Ramadan, they do dry fasting. But yeah, I'm not really sure about dry fasting. I know that dehydration is a huge problem. So we're always talking about electrolytes and making sure that you stay hydrated. And so, I'm not sure about dry fasting. And I don't think I do not recall if that was in his book because it's been a while ago since I read it, Simpson. So the 14,400 steps a day challenge is a challenge that was brought to us by Denitra, who is one of my co-hosts on Hey Sister Girl, which comes on Monday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern. And she wanted to do a walking challenge to try to get everybody up and moving. So yes. So the challenge is 14,400 steps. So it's on the challenges app. And if anybody wants to join the challenge, you guys can let me know. I'd be happy to put you in there, but we're going to be doing another one in February. The way that the challenges works is it reads from your health app. So if you have a Google or if you have an Apple Watch, it can read the steps from your fasting, from your health app, and track those in the challenges app. And then it keeps up with how you're doing in this challenge. So it's pretty good. I've been really, really enjoying it. I feel like the movement, being a mover is good. Because I work a sedentary job. My day job, I just sit or stand at the desk all day. And so my body forgot that it was a mover, like it needs to be moving. And so, so the 14,400 steps a day has been really, really good for me to remind my body that it should be moving. All right. So Rose eats after 3 o'clock p.m., usually a 90-minute eating window. So I do want to touch on eating windows a little bit. I decided that I was going to shorten my eating window. So, you can fast, you could do a 20-hour fast and a 4-hour eating window. My objective is to eat my meal within an hour. I want to be done eating and turn my fasting app back on within an hour. So there have been maybe 1 or 2 days this month where I have not turned the fasting app back on within an hour. It's been maybe a couple hours or 3 or 4 hours, no more than 4 hours. And I'm eating a couple of meals in between that time. If it's 4 hours, I'm eating twice. So yeah, so the eating window, the less time that you can spend eating, the more time that your body can spend healing itself. And less insulin is being released all through that time. So I want to reduce that time way, way down and just have a very short eating window. So I'm with you, Rose, on the 90-minute or less eating window. Michael is saying this, and I totally agree. Electrolytes are key during a fast. It regulates your hormones. So I'm just thinking about the dry fasting. Does anybody in here ever do dry fasting? I never do dry fasting anymore unless I have to do something for some kind of testing. And they say no food or water. So those are the times where I would do a dry fast. But I know that like one of the guys in my membership community is doing some dry fasting. So, I don't know, try it and see. And see if it fits within your formula. That's what I say. So Rose says, during my fast, I drink only water and black coffee, no sweeteners or anything flavored, no gum, mints, no nothing. Yes, nothing with any sweet taste. That is exactly what I'm doing. I will fast right now with this church fast. I'm just doing water up till 3 o'clock. I can break my fast with coffee if I need to, because today I was tired. So I'm doing decaf though, but even decaf has a little bit of caffeine in it. So I did have black coffee today during my fasting time. So, and there are some kind of, if you're new to fasting and you want to get started with it, you can do some things for training wheels. So you can do some bone broth with it. You can add some fat, do a fatty type of a fast that won't spike your insulin. And so those are things that you can do during a fast as training wheels. So, as you're exercising your fasting muscle and learning how to fast, you can do that. So can you do bone broth? You can do bone broth. But I'm not doing bone broth right now. But if you're, like I said, as training wheels, I would say yes, you could go ahead and use bone broth. And then, when you get used to it and you've kind of exercised those muscles to do fasting, then you would remove that bone broth and just stick with water, black coffee, or maybe black tea. All right. So Michael is saying, I've done it. Cortisol and adrenaline go through the roof. You can use it in a productive manner, your job, workouts, etc. I'm sure you're talking about dry fasting. So yeah, I would study up on it. If you think that that's something that you want to try, then you could study up on it, look into it and see kind of what the benefits are. What are people seeing with dry fasting? How long you should be dry fasting? You can't go very long without water. But you may be able to go 24 hours or something like that with a dry fast. And I'm not really sure because like I said, I don't do dry fasting. So what am I eating? So I have been eating, oh my gosh, I've been having 3 meats with my meals on OMAD for the last few days. So I usually have beef almost every single day, either ground beef or a steak or chuck roast or oxtail. That sounds good. I might pull some of that out for tomorrow. Something beef. And then I will have a side, like I've had a side of chicken wings, a side of chicken breast, which I cooked in butter, a side of shrimp. So you can combine those meats together to make it, like I was talking last night on my Hey Sister Girl show about how we're used to having a plate. At least I grew up, my plate had to have 3 things on it. It needed to have a meat, and it had a starch, and it had a vegetable. So there was always 3 things on the plate. And so, I'm kind of back to, I want to have 3 things on the plate, but let them all be meat. So that's the kind of stuff I've been eating. Lots of burger patties. I've been eating a lot of ribeye because I got that primal before Christmas. And I cut it up. Hopefully you guys have seen that video where I cut that primal up and into ribeyes. And so I've been eating those ribeyes. Like, I'm trying to pace myself because I only got 17 steaks out of that. But yeah, it's hard because I want to eat a ribeye almost all the time. So do you guys have any questions? Those are the kind of things that I just wanted to make sure that I came in and talked about. I'm happy and excited to be seeing the scale moving in the right direction again. It's been a while since I saw any kind of movement, downward movement on the scale. And so I'm happy to say that is moving in the right direction again. And I'm no longer obese, so that's great. I'm no longer obese, so that has been really, really nice. I'm still overweight. I think I need to lose about Hmm. 20 pounds maybe? I think I need to lose 20 pounds. But then again, you don't wanna be too skinny. You don't wanna be, like, looking crazy because as you get older, you need to have a little meat on your bones. So, I don't know. I don't know if I wanna get down that small, but I keep thinking that 135 is where I wanna be. So, that gives me about 20 pounds to lose. So I'm going to be working on that and trying to see if I can lose that this year because that's something that has been kind of bothering me. I feel like I love the carnivore way of eating, and I definitely am not going to go back to standard American diet. That is just like, to me, it seems crazy to give up all of the amazing benefits. I'm going to kind of talk you guys through the stuff that has been like dealt with my carnivore way of eating, um, and go back to all of that thickness that I had, um, with the standard American diet. And even on keto, I was eating stuff that I shouldn't have been eating. I wanted to show you guys this book that I got. This is called Toxic Superfoods. It's a little difficult to see, but it's called Toxic Superfoods by Sally K. Norton. I got this book because it talks about oxalates and all the issues that we have with the quote unquote superfoods. So if you guys remember, like kale is a superfood and quinoa is a superfood, and almonds are a superfood. I was like killing myself on eating so much almond flour when I was on keto. I was really doing a lot of damage to myself. So I want to read Sally K. Norton's book. And I've been thinking about, let me know, like, give me a thumbs up if you think it would be cool to do a review of this on the channel. So let me know what your thoughts are about that. I've been thinking about reading it and coming in and reviewing it with you guys. So that's something, oxalate is really troublesome. If you have anything like kidney stones, um, excessive tooth tartar, crusty eyes, things like that. So those come from oxalates, and those comes from plants. That comes from plants. So, the foods that they were telling us were superfoods and that we should like overload on them. Spinach is super, super high in oxalates. And how many of us drank those spinach smoothies with a banana and, try to make it taste good, and it was green and just gross looking and gross tasting, you know, but that stuff is high in oxalate and it does damage to your body. So I'm going to read this book and come back and let you guys know what it's talking about. So I have a question here. Oh, thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. I'm ready to meet my weight loss goal this year. So that is my goal, is to get to my weight loss goal this year. So Simpson is part of the Step Challenge group. She's been rebounding and getting some steps in while listening. Oh, good for you, Simpson. That's great. Yeah, I got to get my numbers up. I'm not there today yet, so I got about 5,000 more steps to do. Sherry wants to know, do I try to hit my protein macros to make sure I'm eating enough, or do I just eat until you're full? So Sherry, I don't count anything right now. I am just eating until I'm fully satiated, particularly now that I'm doing these OMADs. Like, I want to make sure that I'm good and full, that I'm going to be full enough that I'm not like white knuckling through the fast until it's time to eat again. And so I do eat until I'm fully satiated and happy and enjoying my meals. So I'm not counting, but if you're a person who can tolerate counting, it's not a bad thing to do. So I do know that there is some tweaking that I can do once I get past this whole, I'm just starting to do OMADs and I want to do OMADs long term, and getting past the like emotional aspects of that, and the exercising that fasting muscle, and kind of getting past all that, I may consider doing some tweaking tracking it depends on what happens with my body. Like, do I need to track in order to hone in on something and refine my formula? So right now, I'm just happy that I found something that will help me drop some pounds, because I had been stuck for, a year, over a year. And that is really considered a true stall when you're stuck for that long. So, I feel like I was over consuming. And the problem for me is that I can eat a lot. I can eat a lot of food at every single sitting. So even if I'm eating two meals a day, and I'm eating till I'm full at both of those meals, I'm eating too much food. It's just too much food. And it's because I have basically yo-yo dieted and done all this crazy stuff with my body all these years. And so now I can really pack it in. And so they say eat until you're satiated, but I can eat a lot of food before I get satiated, and it really is too much. It's overconsumption. So I think the OMADs are going to be great for me. So no, Sherry, I do not try to hit any macros right now, except for I prioritize the fatty meats, and that's it. Now I do use a product. It's called Keto Brains Nootropic. Keto Brains Nootropic has 4 carbs, 4 total carbs. So in a day, I'm getting those 4 carbs every single day when I use that Keto Brains Nootropic. I really like it. It does have lion's mane in it, and it has MCT oil, which comes from coconuts. So, but I really like it. I like the way it gives me focus. I like the way it makes my brain feel. And with the kind of things that I don't want in my life, which are, I've got dementia in my family, I've got Alzheimer's in my family, and those are the things that I am looking to try to avoid. So oh my gosh, Keto Brains. I was thinking Brain Octane, because that was something that I used to use as well, which is MCT oil. Keto Brains really, really helps with focus, and so I really, really enjoy it. Sharon's saying that all of those spinach, almonds, etc., bloat the stomach. I think they bloat everybody's stomach. Those are like fillers, right? So they fill in, and then they are not digestible by us. So if you think about, what is bioavailable to your body, meat is going to be bioavailable. It's like going to be fully consumed as it's passing through your colon. Those plants are not digestible. So the fiber is just like wood shavings. It's not digestible by you. So it just passes through whole. So that's why sometimes when you go to the bathroom, you'll see whole pieces of vegetables in your stool. And so that stuff is not, it's definitely meant to bloat you and make your stomach feel full. So that's what it does. Jay is here. Hey, Jay, welcome. So glad that you're here. All right. So what else? So we talked about toxic superfoods. We talked about the step challenge. We talked about working out. There was something else that I was going to tell you guys about. What was it? I said I'm going to come back and tell you. I can't remember. If anybody in there remembers what I said I was going to come back and talk about. Let me know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's basically it. I mean, I wanted to come in and give you guys the update, let you know how this January has been going. I've kind of slowed down with my content creation. In the beginning of this year, I'm focusing on doing these OMADs. And plus, I'm not getting outside walking like I was in the summertime, where we could do our walk and talks. So, I can't wait for summer again so we can get back out and do that, because that's really, really nice. And I do enjoy doing those. I've been doing daily shorts. Hopefully you guys are seeing those. And I'm just talking about what I'm eating in a day while I'm doing this feasting and fasting and OMADs and, doing the kind of a spiritual fast. So hopefully you guys are enjoying those. And then I think I'm going to do a couple of things. Like I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to review this book for you guys because I think it's going to be really, really good. So I really appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. Hey, Kel, thank you so much. I appreciate that very much, very, very much. So, if you guys like this channel, make sure that you like and subscribe and share my channel. I do want to say that I do have a membership group. So if anybody's interested in joining my membership group, that is available to you. And then, of course, I cannot leave without mentioning Hey Sister Girl, which is my new show. It's been on for, this week will be 10 weeks. And that is with G Brown and Denitra. And we are, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so exciting. That show is really, really good. So hopefully you guys come in and check us out on Hey Sister Girl. And we do have a Facebook group. Sorry, guys, it's for the ladies. It's called Hey Sister Girl, and it's on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you want to come and check us out, we do plan to do something for guys coming up soon. We just have not gotten it pulled together yet. So we'll let you guys know when it's time for you guys to join our All Men's Facebook group. All right, you guys, I hope everybody has a good night. I will see you guys again on Saturday evening where I will be here with Melody from Sizzle Serve Yum. Have you guys met her yet? Her channel is Sizzle Serve Yum, and we're going to be interviewing her and getting to know her a little bit better on Saturday evening at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, you guys, I hope everybody has a good night, and I'll see you guys next time.